Okay, so we'll start with a wash. You want to get like a thicker brush, okay, and just apply water, okay. And here are the tubes that we're using. See, they're small, so you don't need to use a lot. All right, you just so here's a tube that we're using. All right, and the amount of it's coming out by itself. So the amount you need is just like a little drop. That's it. You don't need to get a whole lot on there. And let's see. Let me add a. Which one did I use? Here's a little bit darker one. Okay. And so I got my palette here with the watercolor and water here. So I'm just going to apply water here, and the paper will absorb the water pretty quick. Right, and I'm just adding some color. And you can see how light that is. I'm not getting too dark on anything. And this is the wet on wet, okay? The brush is wet, the paper is wet, okay? And you can see that it's kind of blotching out that way. All right, so now I'm just gonna add some salt, okay? And I'll probably just put in my hand, just a little. Okay, then just add that. Okay, and you can see that the salt is already absorbing the watercolor. And so we'll just wait for that to dry. But in the meantime, we'll apply we'll start doing let's try the resist with the wax, and this will use a crayon. Okay, there's a white crayon in here. Yep, there is. Okay, so you can use any crayon you want, but I think the white is much better. Okay, so I'm going to use blue and try to take off some of this residue so that's not going to mess up. Just leave that on there, see what happens. So with watercolor, it's good to explore different ways, painting techniques. And the only thing that's going to take a while with watercolor is, like, remember I told you guys will be painting an animal. I don't know if I told you guys that. Next week we'll do an animal subject. I'll go more into that in a bit. Okay, so let's try the dry and wet. Okay, the paper's dry, the brush is wet. And I'm going to get the blue. Here. And so I got the wax on there. You can already see that it's already resisting the let me get some more blue. All right, and that's it. And supposed to say Scouts. Can you guys read it? All right. So that's the wax resistance with the white crayon, and you see how fast that was? All right, just applying the paint, okay? And this is probably just good for like a background, all right? And you can probably get more colors in there as you go along, but let the water do the work, okay? Let the water just do its magic. You don't need to be coming back over here and then like, oh, okay, I need to do this again. And oh, I need to do this again. Just let the water do that for you guys, okay? For these effects. Don't stress too much on that. I think you'll be spending most of your time sketching whatever you're going to do. We're supposed to be doing an animal, painting, a landscape, and a portrait in the next couple of weeks, okay? So, but it shouldn't take that long when applying the paint. All right, so on this side, let's try the scratch, okay? Let me try a blue. And you can mix up your colors too, however you want. Okay, maybe I should mix up with this yellow ochre. There is a Chinese white, and I would throw that away. You don't need that. Okay, I don't know why there's white. You know, it's watercolor. And someone stole the black already. Okay, I don't know who took off with it, but someone put the brush down over here. It's probably the same person who took off with black. All right, let's try the dry, okay? So the brush, you definitely need your brush, you know, kind of wet. And then you can mix some colors here. You can see the palette. So this is gonna be a little bit darker, okay? More hue, more that's like kind of like a dry brush, okay? You can definitely add water and just mix it up. Okay, while it's still drying, you can grab one of these sticks, or a toothpick too. A toothpick will work, and just scratch, okay? In the areas you scratch, you'll see it. The water, the colors, they'll tend to kind of settle into those spaces. Okay, you can see the red already going in to some of those areas, and I'm just gonna leave it, let you know that do its magic. Okay. All right. Now let's try the plastic. I haven't done the plastic in a long time. So here's the plastic, and you don't have to throw these away, okay? Because you just keep it, okay? Keep it with your palette because you might use it later, and I don't want plastic even floating around all over campus or anything. Okay, I'm gonna try, let's see. Are you guys getting tired standing? Oh, I wanted to add blue. And I like to add you know, brush strokes and have that, you know, there's dry, there's wet, you know, play around with that too. Just don't be afraid to apply the color. Okay, so it's still drying. I got plastic, I just got it like that, and I just start adding different textures on there. Okay. All right, and there's another one where you can blow some of these colors around, like with a straw, or you can just blow it, you know, and then you can also, when the paper's still wet, the paint's still wet, you can move the paper around and let that water just flow around the paper, okay? So, we just have the salt, the wax resist, the plastic wrap, and the scratch here. We don't have the alcohol, but the rubbing alcohol. So these are 4 techniques. Try it out, okay, and explore, okay? Any questions?